So Moonbeam was a spell that always felt a little lackluster. It felt like it could be so much better than it was, and I feel like they made it what it always should have been. Let me go over the old version first though. The old Moonbeam, basically as an action and a concentration spell, you put this 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered at a point within range. Basically it was like a moon beam, like the name of the spell, that would be on the ground, and it would do radiant damage. One problem though is that it would only do radiant damage for creatures that ended their turn there or walked into the Moonbeam. I actually got this wrong. They take the damage at the start of their turn. So when you first cast the spell, even if you casted it on a creature, it wouldn't do damage unless they stayed in the Moonbeam. And so you would cast the spell on a creature, they would walk out of it, and then they wouldn't take damage. And it was a really small area anyway. So this spell only usually worked if you either had a corridor that the creatures had to walk through, or if you had someone that was restraining an enemy or grappling an enemy to prevent movement and keeping them in the Moonbeam. So this required a lot of teamwork, and then also you could move it as an action, but still the damage would only happen at the start of the creature's turn, or if they chose to walk into it. So it was a small area and it had very unreliable damage. But then, the 2024 version, it almost works exactly the same except for this. It now says, when the cylinder appears, each creature in it makes a constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d10 radiant damage. But then it says, a creature also makes this save when the spell's area moves into its space and when it enters the spell's area or ends its turn there. So now it does damage when you initially cast the spell, and it also does damage when you choose to use your action to move it on targets. So that means that every single turn, even if the creature moves out, as long as they don't go 60 feet away, you can, as your action, put the Moonbeam back on them and they'll take that damage. And they also take damage if they end their turn there as well. So they didn't take anything away from the spell, they just added more. I love the changes of this spell, and I think it's really solid now. I rated it a C tier. I would say that it was a lower C tier, and now I would put it as a B tier. So we have Moonbeam.